Hi there. I am so excited to introduce you to a creative business owner who I have had the pleasure to work with for Pinterest management. And we also share in common. She currently lives abroad in Playa del Carmen, Mexico, and I have lived abroad as well. So we are excited to chat about Pinterest and living abroad as a creative business owner. So give me just one moment. I will invite her to join. And if you're here watching, hi Evan, I'm so glad that you are here. I'd love to just hear a little bit about an emoji of how your day is going so far. Yay! Awesome.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you doing today?
Perfect.
Awesome. It's great to see
So,
you. Thank you for being here.
thank you for joining me or asking me to join
Of
this
course.
live.
Well, let's jump right in. I would
Let's do
love
it.
for you to introduce yourself.
Yes. So, my name is Silje and I'm from Norway, but I live in Playa del Carmen since 4 years now. And this is where I run my business, my Pinterest business, and absolutely love my life, my beach life here.
Awesome. That's something we both have in common is that I love the beach so much.
Yeah. Who
And I'll just
doesn't?
do a quick introduction in case you don't know me. My name is Oriana Fowler. I am a wedding and vacation photographer and also a business and mindset coach for creatives in business. And Silje and I have had the pleasure of working together on my Pinterest for my wedding photography and a
Yes.
little bit for the business coaching as well.
Yeah.
So I was really excited to introduce her to everybody, especially if you are looking for a Pinterest manager. She is excellent, has my highest
Oh,
recommendation, and so much of my gratitude.
thank you, Oriana. That's so nice of you. Thank you.
Yeah. What got you started as a Pinterest manager?
That's kind of a funny story. It happened to be with Sina that actually joined right now.
Oh,
Hi, Sina.
hi.
And she's a web designer, and I was working as a web designer before, and then I was kind of not, that was not my thing, so I had to change up a little bit. But I still like the creative things, and I was leaning towards maybe social media manager, but then I was like, no, still not. And then Sina was like, why don't you be a Pinterest manager? And we were having like a brainstorming at our kitchen table because we're roommates. And that's when it all started, like a little over a year ago, around a year ago.
Mhm.
Yes. And here I am.
So I know that you work with me. I'm based in Charleston, South Carolina. You're
Yes.
originally from Norway and you live in
Yeah,
Mexico. Are you
that's
working
true.
with people all over the world or are there certain areas more so?
Actually, I have more the people from United States. Yes, I have another client as well from Charleston. I'm a good friend of yours.
Yep.
And I've had clients from Norway too, a couple of friends.
Mhm.
And but my client basically are in United States. Yes.
Mhm. Awesome. Cool. So
Hmm.
running your business, living abroad, being a creative person, I
Yeah.
mean, what is one of the challenges, I guess, of working abroad?
Well, I don't know. I think being an entrepreneur, it doesn't really matter if you are abroad or if you're home, because the challenges for me is more about missing family, missing friends, missing the supportive network that you already have. But I mean, you live and you learn and you have friends and you make your own family when you live abroad. So you still have this supportive network. But other than that, I don't have a lot of challenges being an entrepreneur abroad.
Hmm. Yeah, I like what you said that like it's always challenging in its own way. I think that's partly why we like it, kind of,
Yeah,
right? We
yeah,
like the challenge of kind of creating our own lives
yeah. That's
and
the
making
thing.
stuff.
Like you have pros and cons with everything, right?
Mhm.
And yeah, you just have to look at the good part of it, I guess. The
Yeah,
freedom that you gain and to be your own boss, you have no one telling you what to do, which can be good and bad because sometimes you can have days where you're like completely blocked out, you have no inspiration or no creativity by yourself or yeah.
yeah, absolutely. I do sometimes find that running my own business can be isolating, but right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do think, I mean, I remember when I worked abroad in Costa Rica, I wouldn't say it's that different than here. Maybe it has a different tone, but overall it's similar. So I've
Yeah.
always chosen to live places that the nature really fuels me, because that's
Oh, yeah.
something that I can always go and, yeah, fill my cup, whether it's walking on the beach or one of the parks here with all of the green trees.
Yeah,
That's
I feel
really
you.
important to me.
Absolutely. For me, it's the ocean and the beach. That's why I live where I live too. So, yeah, I kind of build my life around that.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah.
I think that was one of the things I was like so excited when we started working together too, that we share that value. We have that in
Yeah.
common.
Right.
So if somebody is like maybe newer to Pinterest, what are a couple key tips that would be good to know?
Yeah, there is a lot. Like we've already had a couple of talks about this and Pinterest in general, but I think when you start off, it's to stay consistent and to make sure that you have fresh pins and to, I don't know, maybe have a strategy, but at least pin like consistently. Like if better if it's like 3 times a week, but at least that it is consistency in it. And that you shouldn't look at your analytics all the time. I mean, I do this all the time, but I know it's like for me and my clients, and I get excited when the numbers are good, and then I get really sad when the numbers are bad. But at the end of the day, it's like, don't make that mess up with your head and be like discouraged by the numbers, because they're going to go up and down all the time. And what really matters is with Pinterest is that you draw leads to your website. So if you have 1 million impressions but no leads to your website, doesn't really matter, you know?
Yeah.
On the other hand, if you have 3 visitors and all of them are going to your website, perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I love that, because I love the idea of consistency and not getting too bogged down in all the day to day. I know you always were watching all the analytics for me, and I loved that you were very proactive. Hi, Kathleen. I'm so glad you're here. But one takeaway I feel there is you want to look at the bigger picture and not like, to make an ocean analogy, right? It's like the whole ocean, not every little wave along the way.
Exactly. And Pinterest is a long-term job as well. You don't see results very fast, so you really need to stick to it and to stay consistent.
That's awesome. And then I guess one more question about Pinterest, since we're on Instagram right now. What's the relationship between Instagram and Pinterest?
That used to be linked together. Now they're not anymore. I mean, it actually hurt your profile if you are linking your URL to a post on Instagram on Pinterest, on a pin on that you have on Pinterest. It actually hurts your content. So don't do that, guys.
Cool.
I don't know what happened, but for sure there is some disagreement between the platforms, and they're not friends anymore. You cannot even connect the social, like you can connect or claim your website, but you cannot connect Instagram on Pinterest.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's definitely more of a search engine to go to the content on your website.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Yay. Well, when I started these creative chats, I wanted to share gratitude to amazing service providers that I've worked with, like you.
Thank you.
And if anyone's watching and you want to connect further, how can they find you?
Well, basically here on Instagram is a great way to start. Feel free to direct message me or engage on my content if you have any questions, or you can also go to my website, which is www.pinyourpassion.com. You can find it also in my Instagram there.
Awesome. Other things we have in common, I know you identify as being an adventurous spirit.
Yes.
And I love that your website's literally called Pin My Passion, because I also identify as being very passionate and working with passionate people. Is there anything else that you want to share that we might not know about you? Maybe just something fun or light. Like I'll share, I got my ears pierced recently, so these two baby earrings are new little earrings.
That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. Something funny to share. Well, maybe not everybody knows this, but I'm a free diver. I love the ocean, and Actually, I prefer to free dive than to dive with the tank.
That is so
So
awesome. I did not know that.
I was diving with sharks, for example, in the Bahamas.
Ah, that is incredible. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. That's awesome. I bet that's a whole nother world.
it is. It is.
Yeah.
I guess that's why I like it so much too.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, I love the takeaway again of like looking at the bigger picture of your analytics versus every day of up and downs.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love that you model that you really do follow your passion and that you've set up,
Yeah.
this business around this life of being near the ocean and doing what you love.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Oriana, for having me. It was so nice to catch up with you again.
So nice to see you. Always a pleasure.
Yes.
Awesome. I will talk to you soon.
Yeah, we will.
Okay. Sounds good. Bye.
Bye.